In this video, I'm going to show you how to beat CEL-240 pretty easily. For this fight, I recommend going with a tank build for that extra survivability. CEL-240 is a glass cannon, and we can exploit that pretty easily. This is the loadout that I used. You don't need to copy everything exactly, but the key components here are the dual linear rifle combo for your arms, the stun needle launcher for your right shoulder, the 10-cell missile launcher for your left shoulder, the tank legs, and the VE-21A FCS, which will allow you to have the best long-range accuracy along with a pretty decent medium range. The assault armor expansion is optional, but is my preferred expansion to use. Everything else, you're just going to try to make sure you don't overburden or have an EN shortfall. On a side note, if you have this core piece, I'd recommend using it because it'll allow you to equip the Santai generator, which will be much better for this fight, but it's not needed. It's just nice to have. At the opening of the fight, you'll have a brief window to shoot all that you have at CEL-240, and if you get the timing right, you should be able to get this boss close to or at stun. If the boss gets distance from you, that's when your FCS long-range aim assist tool will come in handy to make sure that you're able to fill its impact gauge with the dual linear rifles and the missiles. Throughout the fight, there's going to be moments where CEL-240 is preparing an attack, and that's when you should take the opportunity to fire the stun needle. Trying to land these shots as much as possible is going to be crucial for winning this fight, because it's going to deal the most impact damage to stun the boss and set you up to make sure all your other weapons hit as well. This weapon combo makes the first phase of this fight pretty easy, and if you're able to get through it only using one of your repair kits, then that'll put you in a pretty good place for the second phase. At the start of the second phase, get some distance between you two. The boss has invulnerability, so focus on dodging until you see its health bar reappear. That's when you can get a little closer, and the same applies as it did during the first phase. Wait for the moment when the boss is going to let out a huge attack, and take that chance to fire your stun needle and missiles. The linear rifles will be dealing consistent damage, and if you're able to stun this boss quickly, you'll be able to take massive chunks away from its health. Also, if you have an opening to use the assault armor expansion, I recommend closing the distance and unleashing that attack on the enemy as well. Keep in mind that the boss moves really fast, and I wouldn't try to keep pace with it. If anything, just stay bulky and let it move around you, and on your end, just keep line of sight and move around the boss to avoid most of its attacks. But even if you get hit, you still have that extra health to keep you alive. If the boss moves far away from you, the VE-21A gives you that extra accuracy, so you don't need to worry. But remember, the core play here is to set up successful stun needle attacks by anticipating when it's going to launch an attack itself, and build up the remaining impact damage by landing missiles and linear rifle shots. Hopefully this information helps you defeat this boss, and if so, leaving a like and following would help me out a lot. If you're having any troubles in this game, leave it in the comments below, and I'll try my best to help you out. My name is Snake Eyes with 1UP Gaming. Thanks for watching, and take care.